I'm just going to creep in here.
That was great.
Blues is always good to try out the sound system on.
That was great. That was good.
All right, good.
I've shown around. Some of them are...
Make this world a better place if you can. Just take a moment to say hello to the people next to you if you don't know them. sakes. I know, it feels like you're in church or something. I'm not preaching here. I ain't no preacher. I didn't say talk, I said shake each other's hands. This is an old song written by Stephen Foster, who many of us know by his light and gay songs of the, I guess the 1890s, around that time. But this is a song, and I meant to do my homework and look up on the internet. Maybe someone can let us know. Let us pause in life's pleasures and count the many tears while we all sup sorrow with the poor. 'Tis a song that will linger forever in our ears. Oh, hard times come again no more. 'Tis the sound and the song of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. While we seek mirth and beauty and music, light and gay, there are frail forms fainting at the door. Though their voices are silent, their pleading hearts will say, oh, hard times come again no more. 'Tis the song, sigh of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. There's a poor drooping maiden who toils her life away with a worn out heart whose better days are over. Though her voice it be merry, it's sighing all the day, singing hard times come again no more. 'Tis the song, the sigh of the weary. Oh, hard times, oh, come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered around our cabin doors. Oh, hard times come again no more. It's kind of ironic that they took this tune and made it a pro-war song, but it's originally quite an anti-war song. I have to get my cape on. drums and guns, hooroo, hooroo. With your guns and drums and drums and guns, the army nearly slew ya. Oh, my darling dear, you look so queer. Oh, Johnny, I hardly knew ya. Oh, where were your eyes that were so mild, hooroo, hooroo? Oh, where were your eyes that were so mild, hooroo, hooroo? Where were your eyes that were so mild, that looked upon the world and smiled? Oh, why did you run from me, my child? Ah, Johnny, I hardly knew ya. Oh, where were your legs that used to run, hooroo, hooroo? Where were your legs that used to run, hooroo? Oh, where were your guns and where were your legs that used to run before you went and picked up a gun? Oh, I fear your dancing days are done. Johnny, I hardly knew ya. You're rolling out the drums again, hooroo, hooroo. You're rolling out the drums again, hooroo, hooroo. They're rolling out the drums again, but they'll never take our sons again. They'll never take our sons again. No, oh, Johnny, I'm swearing to ya. The guns and drums, hooroo, hooroo. With the guns and drums and drums and guns, hooroo. With the guns and drums and drums and guns, the army nearly slew you. Oh, my darling dear, you look so queer. Oh, Johnny, I hardly knew you.
Welcome to the beginning of the 4th anniversary of the war. Last year, when we held our memorial in Greenport for the 1,500 soldiers who had been killed in Iraq and Afghanistan, and for the tens of thousands of Iraqis who have been slaughtered, it never occurred to us, to some of us, that we would be repeating this event a year later. We were ready to move on to other important issues, but all roads lead us back to this war. When our tax dollars are being spent on the destruction of another country, and our own country has been morally and financially bankrupted by an administration who has forgotten that they are supposed to represent the American people, how can we move on? Our purpose for gathering here today is not just to memorialize the soldiers who have lost their lives and the Iraqis who have lost theirs. Our other purpose here today is to help create the next generation of activists. With knowledge comes responsibility. How can we as Americans sit silently by when we know that our country is torturing innocent people, when our leaders have ignored our constitutional checks and balances? How much are we willing to tolerate before we speak out and say no more of this senseless killing? What will we tell our children and grandchildren when they ask us why we did nothing to stop the violence? All of you who came here today did so because you have had enough of the war, which perpetuates hatred and breeds more killing, and therefore we must tell this administration, not on my watch and not without a fight. Now is the time to absorb the lessons we have learned from the past and pull together as a community. We must all be activists because activism is the antidote to despair. Any level of activism is powerful. Just coming here is very important. Picking up the phone and calling your legislators is one of the most important things you can do. And there are several organizations represented here today who need volunteers to show up for their events. The organizers from these groups work tirelessly. They have families, responsibilities, and obligations of their own, but they know that the work needs to be done, and they do it. Try to attend one of their events, or get on a bus and attend the next major demonstration in Washington or in New York. In whatever way you can, show the world that George W. Bush does not represent the American people. You will be vastly rewarded for your efforts. As Alice Walker says, activism is my rent for living on this planet. For those who are not yet activists, your rent is due. We want to thank all the volunteers who have worked so hard today, and thank you all for coming, and hope that you continue our fight. Thank you.
We are very honored to have 4 speakers today. 2 of them are veterans, one of the Vietnam War and one of the Iraq War. We have a retired New York City police officer, and we have a peace activist. They will each be speaking to you, and we'll introduce them as they come up. The first speaker is Michael Harmon. He is a member of the Iraq Vets Against the War, and he promised, or threatened to speak for only about 4 minutes. So I think I'm going to have to say a little bit about him, which is just culled from an email that he sent introducing himself. He joined the Army in 2002, partly because of 9/11. He was deployed to Iraq on April 2nd, 2003, as part of the initial invasion forces. His unit was, I don't know how to say this Army stuff, 167 Armor Battalion with the 4th Infantry Division out of Fort Hood, Texas. He was a combat medic, and he was 10 miles north of Baghdad. He spent 13 months in a blown-out hospital that he said we called home. He received an Army Commendation Medal with Valor for saving 3 soldiers' lives along with 2 other medics, and returned home on April 29, 2004. He's now engaged he's back to school, learning some fairly arcane sort of medical thing, as I understand it. He'll tell you about that. So Michael, please come and tell people.
It was respiratory therapy. First off, I'd like to thank everybody for coming to stand for this war, for what it really is, and to Pat and Hazel for this wonderful memorial to my fallen brothers. My name is Michael Harmon. I enlisted in the Army in May 2002, partly because of 9/11 and partly because of no real direction in life. I was lied to by the recruiters right off the bat when I was told I was going to be a healthcare specialist, which later turned out to be a combat medic. Shortly after I joined, there were rumors about war in Iraq, and sure enough, on Martin Luther King Day 2003, we had a special formation for the colonel to tell us that we were officially going to war. I didn't feel like this was warranted, since the Iraqis had nothing to do with 9/11. When we got to Kuwait in April 2003, as part of the initial invasion force, it was definitely an eye-opening experience. 2 weeks into the war, we were told to put our protective mask and chemical gear away. I'm not a military intelligence officer or a CIA agent, but I thought we were supposed to be there to rid the country of weapons of mass destruction. So being a native New Yorker with a smart mouth, I asked the major who told us to put our gear in the bottom of our duffel bag, "Sir, with all due respect, we were here for weapons of mass destruction." He replied, "Do what you're told, son, and shut your mouth." From that point on, I knew this war was just a fabrication by Bush's regime and that it was unjust. Living conditions were real hard, and in the first couple months we were living off of 2 bottles of water and 1 MRE a day. We did not receive mail until July, which extremely crushed our morale. The event that really turned me was when one of my good friends died because an insurgent decided to pose as a hospital worker and drop a grenade on him and 2 other soldiers. At that point, I wanted this war to end immediately, but I had to cope because I was doc and the first line of medical treatment for 350 soldiers. That was really hard on me mentally, and you could tell the other soldiers were feeling the same way, especially when we were being strung along about how long the deployment was actually going to be. Now what the media, especially Fox News, doesn't show you is the dead and injured kids, and that will be burned in my memory forever. When soldiers in their mid-20s and early 30s are crying for their mothers and wives because they don't want to die, that takes a tremendous toll on you. When I came home, I had a lot of trouble adjusting back to civilian life, and I didn't know what was wrong with me. So I went to the troop clinic, and I was diagnosed with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, which also affected about 60% of the deployed soldiers. The clinic decided just to throw pills at me, like Paxil, which at times made me feel even worse and suicidal. I started to cope my own way with alcohol, and I hit the bottle really hard. It got to the point where I couldn't take it anymore, and I told the Army I wanted out. When I came home to New York, I fell deeper in a dark hole, and when I tried to go to the local VA, they told me they were backed up in claims and what I was feeling was normal. That is when I joined the Iraq Veterans Against War, because I felt I needed to surround myself with fellow vets who had similar problems and who also felt that Bush lied just to start this immoral war. I felt that I was supposed to be fighting for freedom, but when I came home, all the American people's freedoms were taken away due to the Patriot Act and illegal NSA spying. There was one time I came home from Iraq from mid-tour leave, and airport security made me step aside so they could wave the wand around me, and I was in full uniform. I couldn't believe it. Here I am fighting and risking my life in Iraq so we could keep freedom due to supposed terrorist threats, and I felt like the enemy. Everything the Bush regime tries to justify about infringing on civil liberties is unconstitutional any way you look at it. He has to be stopped, and the time is now that we all stand together to put him out of office. He has shredded the Constitution, and as you can see here, killed over 2,300 good American soldiers. If we all stick together for this cause, we will prevail. Thank you, and bring the troops home now.
Thank you, Michael. I'm sure some of you would like to ask him questions. We just have a really tight schedule, but he will be around during the break, which we'll be having, and also after the program is over. So I'm sure you will find him accessible, and I'm sure he'd like to answer your questions. I'm now going to introduce the film, Occupation Dreamland, that we have scheduled. When we first contacted the producers of this film, the director, I believe he was a co-director, was Garrett Scott. Since then, at the age of 37, Garrett died on March the 2nd. A completely freak accident. He was in California to participate in the Independent Spirit Awards for his film. And he was swimming in a public pool, visiting his parents, and he died of a cardiac arrest at the age of 37. So what I'd like to do in just introducing this film to you is to take excerpts in his words, since he's not here to give them to us himself, words that came out of an interview where he was asked about, this was actually his second documentary. I'll start with, first of all, the New York Times, when in their review of the film, and the film did win an award, by the way, it won the Truer Than Fiction Award in Santa Monica 2 days after he died. The film has an intimate, personal quality, reflecting the filmmaker's hard-won bond with the soldiers, hard-won bond with soldiers. This is, it's not like other war films, and we do see some violence, but what it really is, it's a very up-close and personal picture of these soldiers, and in a way it's a very small movie, because it's really just about these soldiers and their particular situation. as he said, nobody really gets an idea of what the phenomenon of war is, what it's like. He said it's going on all the time, and there are 160,000 people over there. They're from the US, but what is their experience really like? What do they do? What does this war actually look like to them? What does all this boredom mean? He also said the film, and you see it in the film, how little each side knows about the other, how little these US soldiers know about the Iraqis and vice versa, even though they've crossed over into the most intimate space of each other's lives. And he said they were not judgmental when they made the film. They didn't try to look at anything other than what these soldiers were telling them. We just took what they were doing for granted. And so, like the Iraqis, they were very hospitable. They allowed us into this intimate space of theirs, and we didn't abuse that. We were simply interested in what they thought and what they did. He said, this is really a movie about enlisted men and what it's like to be someone with very little information who simply follows orders. So I think he was very pleased with public reaction to his film, and I'm, again, very, very sorry that he met this untimely death, as I'm sure you all are. So, occupation, please.
All right, we're pushing out this way.
Yeah, maybe keep your first man about where you are right now.
Okay.
Watch the corners of those buildings.
All right.
Just get centered, probably one about like 20 meters.
20
Maybe a
meters,
little farther between each guy.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, Napoli.
See, I got past the 9th grade, and that was the last grade that I was in school. No, I'm not real patient, but I think I'm getting more patient the older that I get. But I guess I'd like to go back to school, but now, now I'm married, and I got a lot more responsibility, so I'm not really sure how that's going to work out.
I went to a private high school. The only thing I wanted to do is get into West Point. Like, I always knew infantry, that's what I wanted to do. Say if you wanted to go like engineer or something and you weren't that smart in school, like, you might have a tough time getting there. But infantry was easy to get. Which was convenient, you know?
You guys take care of that one first. You stay where you're at. And then once you're done, you go right into that one. Okay. All right. Be fucking methodical. Find if there's shit out here.
What's your name in? Two suits, you want to get a chosen?
Medicine, some mixing bowl. Right here.
Milk. That's good, man. You tell us where Alibaba is. Shukran. Shukran. Right. Okay. We need a Turk.
I never would have thought, 10 years ago, I never would have thought I would find myself here at 25 years old, in a foreign country. The first time I'd ever left our country, except for a few, booze runs to fucking Mexico.
I worked at a shoe store for like 2 years. And the recruiting place was right beside the shoe store, like right beside it. And then I went over there. That's when I signed up. It's not bad, I guess. I mean, it's not what I expected it would be, but it's a great start, I think, for someone coming out of high school.
Hey, let first lieutenant and our engineers take care of that building. I need to west leapfrog one building. Thanks, Tom. Hey, stop by the bungalow. I got fresh dip, man. Not that cardboard shit. Yeah. Huh? I'll give you a couple things. Don't worry about buying it.
Star Forbes, get in their house and fucking searching it, right?
That was that boom.
Yeah, I know that. But that was 18 fires. There's a lot of fucking booms.
Bradley had 2 RPG tires from the north, towards the line. Alright, Delta Company over here received small arms fire from a building north here, and they shot back. Yeah. Yeah. Now the that I heard fucking fly by my ear, I don't know where that thing came from.
This just makes contact. I'm not clear on the story yet. We're fixing to find out. Those booms you hear were the 25mm guns from the Bradleys.
I hope Al-Fallujah one day gets fixed. I just don't see it happening anytime soon. I mean, how can it? You know, that's years and years and years of people like us going out there and getting blown up and getting shot at and maybe getting a chance to shoot back.
I want some answers. I want some clarification of what we're doing. Yeah, I feel that every day. Every day. Especially on those big missions, and there's so many people, so many moving pieces, and it's kind of jumbled up. But I guess somebody smarter than me knows what's going on.
We're at on top?
Who's got on the ground out there? Look down. Look down.
Hey, Sergeant Anderson. There's a bomb that you get caught.
You, show me. Let's go. Anyone there in the house? There's no one on the roof. If there's anyone on the roof, we're going to shoot them. If you have something to tell me, tell me now. That's right, Hey, fuck this guy, zip him up. Fuck this guy, zip him up.
She looks really good, but I don't think that she should have gone for that.
I don't know. I think like the clashing of the pink and that is good because that's like an outfit, the clashing outfit.
That outfit sucks, man. What's that? Her outfit?
I was watching the news, and they were talking about Baghdad had a really big demonstration today, and all the people there were calling for an end to attacks on the coalition. I was real happy to hear that.
Wow, Cher, she always looks fucked up. She frightens me, man. When she gets one more fucking facelift, her eyebrows are gonna be on top of her damn head. She's not fucking hot. She's fucking scary.
How old is she? You know what? I miss Sonny Bono. That was our last.
You miss Sonny Bono.
Yeah.
When's
Yeah, he only died a few
fucking years ago. Jesus, man.
That was our last hope to get a fucking hippie in office, you know?
I mean, do you think it's worth it having our troops over here? I think, to me, honestly, I think the only people that want to be here are people that are trying to get making a career out of the military, trying to get promoted, you know, and they're using us to do whatever the fuck they want, you know.
If you're gonna join the army, just know you're gonna get fucked from day one.
It's some material, you know, like they beg for these missions, like we'll do it, you know, we'll do it. And it's just like, you know, who the fuck are you? You know, you're not the one out there. You're just back in the tower saying that, Roger, yeah, that, you know, that sounds good, you know.
Just gonna get fucked. Like you're gonna lose everything. You're gonna totally be sacrificing your life in every way possible.
I try and look at the brighter side of things, but like I said, sometimes you just can't help but think about it. You know, it's just like you got a million thoughts running through your mind, and a lot of times out here when you're not wishing, all you got is time to think. So.
Who drives the white car? Tell her I know she's lying, because she just said her husband was in Jordan 2 days ago.
They still catch it.
We got back there to yell at. That's not a damn thing, sir. Here's the deal, guys. I mean, obviously these guys live here. Okay, it's just they might not be here right now. They might have gotten out the back door. So let's just keep searching and look for shit. Are we gonna be hostile with this looking up? Search? No, not hostile. Don't fuck it up. Okay.
She's saying it's impossible, that's not him. She's saying right here that it's possible it's her neighbor. They're taking care of our stuff because the man in the house is not here. She's playing out with your uncle.
Got an ID for a man. Of course, this is it. I'm done. There's the house.
Bring this downstairs.
Leave them back.
Lord Jesus Christ, only Son of God, Lord God, Lamb of God, to take away the sins of the world, have mercy on us. You are seated at the right hand of the Father, receive our prayers. For you alone, the Holy One, you alone, the Lord.
Let's pray to God with all our hearts, presenting our needs and those of others. For our Holy Father, our President, and all church and state leaders, that they may be instrumental in promoting peace and justice. We pray to the Lord. For one another, may we witness to our faith in Christ for our words and deeds. We pray to the Lord.
I got out before I got busted. I never got sent to prison. I got sent to DYS when I was younger. It was like kitty jail and juvie hall, that kind of thing. Right, yeah. But, I managed to, stop before anything happened.
Got out of high school, I lived with a girl and her son and her daughter for 2 years, and really didn't work out. I kind of more money than I really had. I got real depressed for a while, and I wasn't doing anything with my life, so I said, I'll join the Army. I don't have enough money to be a DJ. I don't have enough money to do anything.
Do you think that the only reason that you joined is because you were fucking up, or did you actually really?
No, I had a ton of reasons for joining, man. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life.
Me too.
Yeah, I sat there and I said, okay, well, I'm going to FTCC, but why? I really don't have any long-term goals. I don't know what the fuck I want to do.
You're going to community college, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and I was sitting there going, nothing interests me right now. And I actually one day...
You take a liberal arts?
Yeah,
that's like a bullshit degree.
I really honestly did feel that, I was screwing up. I wasn't exactly a model citizen before the Army. From the man upstairs, said, hey, I'm going to enlist. Shocked the fuck out of my parents when I had long hair like down to here, and I came home, I was bald, and my mom's jaw just fucking hit the floor. My dad thought I did something illegal and I was trying to change my identity.
As soon as you join, your mentality kind of changes, because you join and, everybody talks about, you go to boot camp, you get brainwashed, this and that, but it's not a matter of brainwash. Once you go through basic training, you realize, damn, we're the people that go to war if this country goes to war. You start to look at things a little more serious, because you realize, you're the one, you're the one that's going.
I kind of enjoy getting shot at. Keeps up the energy, Makes it interesting out there instead of just walking around all day and finding nothing. I'm always looking for action, If I can go out the wire by myself, I would, I wish they'd just let me take a truck and go out there.
I don't know what gave me the idea to join. Because I was so against being in an institution where they made you do stuff and following rules, and man, I just to this day I don't know what really gave me the idea.
I go outside the wire. All I really want to do is I just want to light everybody out there up. No one gives a shit about us here. You get your very few people. You get your kids that are sitting like this, even little kids sitting there like this, get the kids sitting there like that. Kid hit my guy in the face with a brick 2 weeks ago, They don't give a shit about us.
Alright, tomorrow P6 is going with some other individuals to check out how things are going downtown in this little government compound. And we got the task of securing it. So the way it's going to work, one platoon will occupy defensive positions within the compound. It's like put dudes up on buildings, sniper teams, stuff like that. And then another platoon minus, which is us, they're going to conduct patrols in different zones just to keep people away from us.
Third and first would be combat.
It's essentially 2 line platoons, and then the Delta section is escorting the top. As far as medical assets, all we got is a dot. So any shit goes down, let's take it down to 10, back to fucking every kid. Any questions?
Y'all going out this tomorrow? Skinner man?
Yeah, that's right.
You'll probably see some action tomorrow.
they had it pretty good in Fallujah. Because there was a lot of Ba'ath Party leaders that lived out here. There were some Vedadine guys that lived out here. And what people say is that Saddam never really gave them a hard time.
We're doing police work, but we have a little bit more freedom than a police officer would have. If I'm a patrol officer and I'm riding through a neighborhood that's infested with drugs, I know everybody's guilty, you know, but I can't just go and arrest everybody. Out here, I gotta wait to get shot at.
The main commercial purpose of Fallujah is it's kind of like a big truck stop. Like, you know, back in the States, like if I had a semi and I had a problem with it, I wouldn't know where to hook it. But over here, you go to Fallujah.
Hey, go ahead and hold up here for a second. Hey, hold everybody up, get them to where you can see them, take them away from that crowd.
Hey, hold up here for a second.
Spoonie.
Hey, Alex. What kind of business do you guys do? Mechanic? Wireman? What do you say? Oh, electrician? Okay. Ask him how's business going. Okay?
Where are you from? Fallujah? Durham? Okay. In North Carolina. North Carolina, America. Yeah. Yeah, California. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Tell him we let her go. Yeah.
ليش يتاخذون المرة البارحة ياخذونها منا ويسوون هيك كانوا عيب هاي والشيوخ قاموا يصيحون والشعب قام يصيح وما قام يصيح وابوه قام يصيح ليش ما يصير حرام.
I can't really blame these people for not wanting us to be here. I wouldn't want some other country to come in and just take over our country and drive through our streets. And I got to admit, we're pretty intimidating when we roll in. You know, got fucking weapons pointed every which way, and I'm sure it scares the shit out of these people. And I guess they figure that they have to fight back.
ما نقبل الاستعمار. احنا ابائنا علمونا. اسمح لي انت ولا عربي يعني تحملني لان هذا الشيء مطلوب لازم هو ياخذه ويسجله وينقله. امريكا تستطيع ان تذهب الى القمر وتستطيع ان تصنع الصاروخ النووي وتستطيع ان تصنع السلاح ولكن لا تستطيع ان تصنع الشعوب. لا تستطيع ان تصنع الشعوب احنا نصنعها.
If you just look at the micro level, there's like me and like some Iraqi. Like I don't have the authority or the power or the money to really fix his problem.
ومعظمهم أبرياء. أين الحضارة التي يقولها بوش؟ مش داخل السجون؟
So it's difficult because you're trying to sell to these people that you're here to help them out, and what are you doing for them? And if you say, well, I'm bringing in bad guys, I'm bringing in terrorists, well, they're going to be like, yeah, that was my brother.
شوي سماع ماكو
شوية نحكي اسمع وين؟ احكي عادي مو ابي والله احكي. ليه جيتوا هنا؟ شوف ارجع لي ورا ارجع لي ورا. شوفوا هنا اكو شيء هنا؟ مستر ما شك انا وياي احكي اكو شيء هنا؟ المرة ليش اخذتوها البارحة؟ ليش لقيتوا عندهم ما لقيتوا عندهم؟ ليش ما تاخذون الزلزال ما يش عليها؟ ها؟ وحرام عليكم؟ لا شوف المرة ليش اخذتوها؟ الزلم ليش ما تقدروا الزلم انتوا؟ المرة ليش اخذتوها؟ تاخذون مية؟
زلم صباح عندنا
هاي فلوجة فلوجة مو غير مدينة. هاي فلوجة مو مدينة عبار. سوق هناك بالشمال ما شاء الله. انا رحت بغداد. فلوجة هاي. ينفعك من الفلوجة؟
صباح كم
فلوجة نو.
Hey, yo. Fucking stud, no iPad. Fucking asshole.
Hey, right now, my team has no casualties from that fire. Didn't observe where it came from, but we're on the south side of 10, ready to move.
Hey, Star Chief, we're off. No one's in. Hey, just one, we got a problem. Problem. Yeah.
Watch out, coming in front.
Hey, 626, if you could just tell me in reference to the mosque what alleyway it was, I can go straight to that alleyway from here.
Pick up. Start forward, you take me. We're going to go west. Remember the alleyway we turn around on? Yeah. All right, that's going to try to be the alleyway. That's 6 for like this. So pick up, get us across the street.
We're going to take the left west, so.
Roger. Got it? Let's go. We got to go. Go, get across now. Let's go.
What I need to know, brother, is it's 2 alleyways west of the mosque, correct? Come on, man, talk to me. It should be west of the mosque. Right where that orange truck just pulled out of.
2-6, right here.
Hey, red car with doors open.
Got it.
All right.
Hey, son, brother, get your team on that
Hey,
side.
2-2, come on, we're going on the back side.
Hey, it's our board. Got it. Hey, shoot good.
Hey, watch all this shit, man.
They said you went down this way. The guys at the fucking shop.
Where, this way?
Yeah,
Down here? That way?
down here.
This way?
Yes.
Yes.
Right alleyway, past the red car.
Okay.
He said, do you see a bunch of little
Hey,
kids running out of this
626,
alleyway?
I'm on
Yeah,
this
this alleyway. He
executive.
said he went
Okay.
down.
Not seeing anything other than cars, so don't think there's any casualties. We could pursue where the friendly said that the enemy ran to. I'll copy. One sec, stand over here. They know that they got a split second to get their shot off, and if they're there past a split second, they're done. You know, the guy can stick around, fire his RPG, but he knows you gotta get back around the corner and get the hell out of there.
right over where the flag is, that's where it went. So right through here, right up over our heads. We shot right in here, the red car. So he had to have been right there at that corner right here.
Even acting as quickly as we did, that guy's got more than enough time to fire off a couple of rockets and go leave south behind the buildings where we can't see him. Maybe he's got a car parked nearby and drives away, or maybe he just walked into his house. For all we know, he could frickin' live right there, you know?
Gotcha. What the fuck is going on down there? I'm trying to neutralize the trailer. I want to get you, so I put the devil on earth.
Get that cheap dick right off your face. You look like a fucking butts. Take that shit. That's not bad. I wake up at 3 o'clock to go piss. This dude's got a fucking headlamp on looking in his mirror like, it's a hobby. Turning different angles and shit.
At least I do it public. Instead of just making fun of people acting like you don't do it in your room alone, right? Hey, I don't mind, cause everybody's here doesn't mean I'm not gonna go and make sure I look good in the mirror.
Listen, you think I sit back in my room?
I don't pay no attention. It's like, to me, nobody's in here.
Now wait.
Hey, ready?
Build, for rebuilding this country. You got Halliburton, they have all the big oil contracts for rebuilding all the oil fields. So, I don't know, you put 2 and 2 together and add it up,
Right here.
Right there.
Straight to the house. So I'm left. 2, 3. Go to the front. I'll have the right. Hey. Sit down. Open the door. Open the door. What's the door? Let's go. Oh, great. That's the problem. This is like how Saddam made out. Yeah. Fuck. Alright, anyone here? Then you got tunnel rat fucking action in Vietnam.
Get up.
That's right. I got it. Yes, please. Out to the right. You got a locked door on the left? Hey, sir. Hey, you want us to crawl down here and take a look? It looks like a silver hole, yeah. It's got a fucking hole down in there. You give me a pistol, I'll strip down and go in there. I don't give a fuck.
What are you hiding? What is that? What's that? Come here. Come outside. Come outside. What is that?
Hey! What do you have in your hand?
Check in there, Nichols. Check in there. What's in there?
Hey!
This room's clear. That door's locked right there, so I'm not right behind you.
Hey, stop! Hey, tell them to open this door.
Yeah, the upstairs is not clear yet. You got it, Beezy?
Yeah. Alright. Beezy, take the team upstairs. Bring the whole time right here.
Leaving still. That's nice.
So sometimes I'm thinking, man, what if people were such my home? I mean, if this was home in Chicago and somebody, there were Iraqi soldiers coming and shoving on my door, I'd be running up there with a couple guns myself,
That might not look all that great, but it's a necessary evil that's inherent in war that, people are going to be inconvenienced and pissed off. But, if their husbands weren't trying to kill us, well, we wouldn't be there.
We need to find vacation.
No, the law says one weapon per fucking household.
Let's step this out. Okay. Do we need in? Gotcha. That's dedication right there. And private shit. Yeah. And this comes up like this. All right, this is their shitter, so you just stepped in shit. Your country appreciates it, though.
هي هذا مقابل الوقت
بس انت كمان عندك شو تلاحظ في بيتك؟
ابد والله.
هذا اللي لقيناه شو؟
والله كلها يمكن ضغطك. كلها يمكن ضغطك. بس انا شايف بدك
And this is the guy you want to take?
Yeah.
You want to take hold of him and his son?
Sure. Well,
why does he have all of ammo? He says he just fucking protects his house. He lives in the middle of nowhere, protects his house. Really? Yeah. What's the total?
Got it.
Fine, he said, right? Hey, Nicholas. This place. That's what he does with the. What do you do with the single flares?
ايه شو بتسوي انت بهذه الاشارات العليه؟ بتعرفها انت هاي الفكره؟
هاي قبل بلا على
شعلات
بلا على سوريا اي واحد يعني هاي شيء هاي نص فقط يستخدمونها نص المكان
وهذا السبب كمان للحفلات كمان تستعمل 5 اسلحه في البيت؟
ابدا هاي قلت لك نفوت كل واحد له قطعه ثلث.
I don't know how they'll take that back in the States, how people are going to react to it, but I mean out here we react a certain way because our lives are in danger, It's not no reason for us to relax, but as far as what we think about it after it's all said and done with, it's like I said, I don't know what to think about it.
There you go. Have a nice day. Shut up. Hey, pick him up and just put him, I want him sitting in the middle. Not right behind me, put him right behind you. No, I mean, hey, don't say that shit.
Yes, sir.
I want him in the middle, sitting right here. Hey, Morales, I just want you to keep an eye on him. Obviously, you're not going to shoot him, he's unarmed, but fucking, if he looks like he's going to fuck with Napoli or whatever, just get up there and do what you got to do, right? Free man.
Now, I want an honest answer. How many of you sitting here right now have either looked at your team leader, squad leader, second sergeant, 2 sergeant, 1st sergeant, and said, I am not re-enlisted? By show of hands. Right? Now, leave them up. How many of you have an ironclad, all bills paid, already accepted to a college of choice, place to live, everything paid off, plan for when you get out? Leave them up. Think about that, man. Think about it.
All right, man. You know that the military's not a refuge for individuals who can't make it in society. We know that. We know that a lot of you have capabilities to survive out there and do very well. But we know there's some of you out there that's immature and haven't grown up yet and need more responsibility. Some of you soldiers are real young. I didn't really start thinking about what I want to do with my life until probably about 26, 27. Some of you are, 23 years old. Not really know what you want to do with your life. I guarantee
I wanted to go to art school, wanted to be a designer, but I knew that I didn't have any money for college. So I went to the recruiter and I was like, I'm only gonna ask a couple questions about it, and I'm only gonna do like 2 years. That's the max if I like this. And so a couple hours later, I walk out of the office like with 4-year contract. Yeah, I think it was just all the pressure I had just to get out of my home and get away.
You can't go home and live with Mama. She's not gonna put up with you anymore. You are not the same person. Your friends back on the block are still doing the dumb, stupid stuff they were doing 3 years ago when you left.
You know what? There is no shame in me going home and living with my mama for 6 months while I collect unemployment and knock out my basic college shit.
I'll go for the other.
You know what? If you made up your mind that you're gonna get out, how many times do you gotta explain yourself, you know? It's like they just can't get the picture out. You know, it's like they keep, oh, you gotta go to this meeting now. You gotta go, you know, I already told you I told you I got a plan, I'm getting out. Leave it the hell alone.
I guarantee you. If you want to, but it's true, you go out there in the real world, you spend all your money on beer, and somebody's gonna be evicting you, you're gonna be sitting on the street homeless with cardboard boxes, sitting there, calling out Strawberry Lambert going, can I get back in the movie?
You never really thought through what you want to do with your life. You have to think through it. 10 years, 5, 10 years out. You're going to have to think about what you want to do with your future. But it's up to you what you want to do with your future.
Shit before I stay here. This is basically the end of the conversation.
This class right here is pretty much an interesting class. Learn sign language. You can adapt some of the signs and using in the field. If you want to describe stuff with quick signs, things like that. It's also pretty good to know. First letter of the manual alphabet is letter A, but I'm just putting it right here. A. Second letter out of the alphabet is B. B. I, basically. Basically, I. W. X. Y. Now, a lot of people like to shake the Y's because it's real big, like in the 80s and the 90s, you saw everybody go, dude! And you have to see it. Like I said,
It's hard for me to explain because I don't really think I'm the same sheet of music as most people. I'm glad I gave the class and I got pretty good comments and feedback from it. But, okay, let's think about it. I'm in Iraq. And it's a little late for sign language classes, but I'll leave this somewhere where I'll make a bookshelf for it, that way at any time you can pick it up. You can tell a soldier, he's not the greatest soldier the whole time. You don't deserve to be a specialist now. Like, you really don't have the skill. Tell me every day. Okay, I know this. So how are we changing it? You telling me is doing nothing but saying, hey, I suck at what I do. You sign that you're sad. As you sign the word sad, you want to slouch or be sad if you're happy. And I make a lot of mistakes. I make stupid mistakes. All right, this soldier will never be at the same caliber. A will never be B. A will never be B. But you're not helping A become something better. You know, you're not helping that person retrieve their true potential.
When I was growing up, man, I didn't even know where the fuck Iraq was. I didn't give a flying fuck about Iraq. I didn't care about it. I never wanted to go there. You know, I still don't.
What's up, Natalie?
Anything cool? Yeah, I'm just checking in and saying hi.
Poor Napoli. I don't let too many people fuck with him. We fuck with him, but that's because he's with us. Yeah, you get tired of waking up and seeing your buddy's ass next to your face every morning, and I'm sure they all feel the same way. It's just you know, you're crammed in a room with 7 guys and for 6 months. Yeah, this is the true story of 7 guys picked to live in a cabana in Al-Fallujah, Iraq. Yeah.
Man, life's just a long train trip. I've been all different places, seen different kinds of shit. I'm just in it for the experience, you know. Everything to me is just pretty mind-blowing. I look around and see this shit, you know. I want a little more and more each year. Some of it I wish I never knew.
How you doing, man? Hi, yeah, you're okay. You're okay. Let's just say hi. How you doing? Hey. You speak English?
Huh?
You know some English?
ما حازم.
English, Arabic? Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Salam
عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Oh, too fast. Yeah. All right. Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum salam.
I mean, I read the history books. This place used to be a Mecca. I mean, it used to be, there were some of the greatest mathematicians came out of the Middle East, and it was a flourishing place, and they had, working water fountains and shit like that, hydraulic systems. And they were the first people to come up with that shit. And now this place is just a shithole. I don't know how it happened. What's the fuck going on here?
What this Arabic?
عربي. جلد.
Jilid?
جلد عربي.
Okay, English jacket. English jacket.
جاكيت.
Jacket. Or coat. Coat.
Hey, zip that shit up. Don't do that right now.
When I first got here, I wanted to help these people, but now, after my old squad leader, Sergeant Jay, got killed from an IED, and then just, from them shooting at us and stuff like that, I don't know if it's stubborn to say, but I just don't really care about these people. They don't care about us, they don't care about us helping them, so I don't care about helping them.
Hey, hold up.
Do you know about the transition authority in the CPA?
One guy going out there and shaking hands ain't gonna change the world out there. We've seen it before. It's just, what are you doing? They're gonna go, U.S. guys came around today, donut shop, shook hands with us. What's for dinner? You got those RPGs in the basement still? Yeah, they didn't find them. Oh, good.
What? Get the fuck around. Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Maybe when he comes to summer, we have 340.
We are, that's the goal. That's what we're trying to do. It's cold.
I'm a pretty cynical guy. I'm a skeptic. But I don't, my motivations aren't political. I don't care, about any of that stuff. I do my job to the best of my ability. The people of this country that want to do damage and kill people in the United States, I think they're assholes. I hate them. I want to kill them. I hate them with everything that I got.
احنا من جهة من جو الاخوان تحت العراق قال لنا نعطيكم الحرية ونعطيكم الأمان ونحميكم شو تريدون احنا نعطيكم مو؟ تبليط الشوارع، البناء، الأعمار، الكهرباء، المي، واحد يشتري هسه واحد شايل بهاي بندقية، احنا وين وبزعنا من عندها هاي البندقية، بزعنا قدرت روحنا من عندها، احنا شو نريد واحد يمشي بالشارع يشيل تليفون، هلا حبيبتي اي اخوي خالد اي
What were you looking at? Well, the worst thing is that I was on R&R when it happened. And I seen my platoon, like, racing in, and people coming off the truck and stretchers. And I felt awful that I couldn't have been there, and that there was nothing that I could do about it.
No one expected something like that to happen. I think everyone kind of knows, yeah, okay, you could go out here and you could get killed, but we just go on about our lives out here, and no one really, I don't think anyone really thinks that, hey, today could be my last day on earth, you know?
Nothing was really going on head before this happened, other than I didn't understand why we were going out, because pretty much we were just going out on a mission just to go ask, find out a good time when we could go drop off school supplies to kids. So, yeah, that was the mission. And, well, we had to clear for IDs too, but that's like a standard process.
You know, you can't find IEDs, you can't see them unless they're, placed up on the guardrail. They're very hard. And we didn't have no type of equipment to detect them, so basically just, what I call it was a human mind sweep.
إذا هم يريدوا ينجحون سكسيد إن فلوجة مو يحطوا لنا شغل الناس دول كلهم قاعدين شعبهم ليش قاعدين بالقهوة؟ ليش قاعدين بالقهوة؟ ما في شغل.
وقعد كذابة فتحت في خرب الثروة مالتنا وعشبع كريم وصار لنا 13 سنة 10 سنين في نار كل شيء صحيح ما يحكي
عشان هذول الناس اشغلهم فيشتغلون يتعب يجي بالليل تعبان ما يفكر بالسياسه اي شيء لازم يناقش لازم يناقش.
Okay. He said I'm the officer Army and now about 8 months or 10 months I don't have any job.
It was about 150 meters past Cloverleaf. PO I said, hey, y'all get ready to dismount. Just walked up a little bit and they were pulling the trucks up, Sergeant Johnson's squad. And out of the corner of my eye, because I was a little bit in front of them, it's not just a little bit in front of them, corner of my eye, I saw those fuel cans. I said, that don't look right.
We just came out from underneath the bridge and I looked back and I saw Sergeant Johnson's squad coming down the side of the road from where we're watching. I turned my head and I just felt heat. I guess force just pushed my head a little bit. I turned back again, saw a huge fireball, and everybody laying down. Just almost blanked out for a little bit there.
But I looked back, and it's probably something I'll never forget, was seeing Sergeant Johnson, and I mean, it's still hard, a little bit hard right now.
I looked back again and saw a lot of people standing up, saw 2 or 3 people still laying down, but I think the image that still sticks with me today is I see, come to find out later, Sergeant Johnson, but I see that one man just laying down, just barely, the fire is finally going out on him. And you see a smoke grenade that went off because of the heat on his chest. Something I remember.
الوقود ما في لا بنزين ولا غاز ولا نفط وهاي ونحاول نحمر المدارس ونحمر البنايات.
هذه مشكلتنا مو مشكلتنا. مشكلتنا الامريكان جاي يضربون وجاي مشطون ضرب كنت لو العالم كل شيء
هي المشكلة انه من يضرب الجندي؟ اي نعم ما يعرف من الضربة. واحد بالسطح ده يركض، واحد بالممر ده يركض، فيصير ضربهم على امشى.
الجندي عنده استعداد يروح للمكان ويلزمه. مو يلزم هالعوائل هاي شنو ذنبها؟ انا ابن عمي اسمعني
احنا نريد انت ما تخلي هذا اللي اجى ضرب
ما افاني
Gentlemen, thank you very much for your time.
شكرا على وقتكم. اوكي السلام عليكم.
I kind of like snapped, but I kind of wanted to. One day I almost committed murder was, you know, I saw a couple Hodgies laying on the ground. I wanted so bad just to shoot those, because I felt that, you know, it was the traumatic, you know, it was hard to try to, you know, but I had to keep my cool, and I knew God's hand was in on that because I felt so, you know, I was wanting to shoot him because they had brought so much pain on us.
It's like he's just there one day and then the next day he's gone. It's like I never really had time to grieve about it too much. I'm not really sure how that affects me, but I think it maybe when I get home it'll hit me. I'm not sure.
I remember when we first got here, they were saying about pulling out of Fallujah because they just said that it wasn't worth it. But we stayed here, and I would say I don't think we made any progress. I mean, honestly, I mean, yeah, we've caught some bad guys, you know, but I don't think it's going to take a long time to change this city. It's going to take a long time.
Oh yeah, this place fucking sucks.
Hey, Wilder's fucked up. His head's fucked up. He's not hit. Hey, get off the truck. Secure that fucking right-hand side.
Definitely get across the street.
Hey, that motherfucker's running. I don't know. Hey, Sean Cornsteel, I got a guy running. You want me to shoot him?
I want you to monitor Brooklyn and get the rattles and turn well, right?
Yeah, Wilder's head is fucked up. He couldn't move. Hey, mount up.
Hang it up, man.
Can't eat your shit, man.
You want him out?
For what?
He's taking the saw now. Yeah, you just shake it up.
Take good care of him now.
Those two guys up. You saw a guy on the left. Oh, yeah. There's a guy with us and a guy right there. There's another guy on my road.
We should have fucking killed him.
I was just waiting for the word, too. Yeah. I was waiting. If you saw the fire, that was through that guy running. I'm telling you. I'm getting mad, man. This is... Yeah. It's that one and the one in front of the mosque. The mosque. Yeah. That one was the worst.
I should have killed him.
Sean Johnson's and that one was the worst one yet, without a doubt.
I should have fucking killed him.
Everybody runs when a fucking bomb goes off. Everybody. Every time there's a gunshot, you know, every time an RPG is shot.
Yeah, but he was being all sneaky and shit. He was like looking back, doing a little jog, walking, looking back. You know, you just can't go chasing after motherfuckers on your own either, man. Because you leave your element behind. That's for security.
It's amazing the fucking pressure change.
Yeah, you can really, I can feel it like up in my nose and all through my sinus cavity. You know, it's like it kind of almost like sucks the wind out of you. And it's like, if you ever got punched in the face real good, you know, that's kind of what it feels like.
I never seen one leave a fucking hole like that.
These motherfuckers, man. I hate these people.
undercover elements, and we always knew where they were.
Battle tracking. Yeah, I think that went actually well today.
What they usually do is blow and watch what we do. If they would've had another one and just waited, they would've got even more people.
We were down there last time, we had contact, right? RPG came in. Who was down there? Was it the Sheiks? No. It was Ted friggin' Copper. Gotta get out of the rut every Thursday. At this time, we're doing the at this same location.
I didn't like being out there. I don't like having to squat that far apart with all those people in the middle.
Service. Especially today when they know we're coming.
It's like everyone's gearing up.
Yeah. IEDs. You have problems that I can help you with in the next 5 minutes that I'm standing here. Okay, have a nice day. Do you have any information that you want to give me for no apparent reason? A reward.
Back yourself up and think about what exactly are we securing? What? Okay.
For the government of Fallujah.
Okay. Raise your hand here if you think that they're gonna RPG all the sheiks and all that important people in Fallujah. Okay, so what are we doing there? What are we securing there? You know, is everybody kind of catching? We're securing essentially ourselves. So what exactly are we protecting? I don't know.
I think we're making more enemies than anybody, you know? Yeah, we're building a government, you know, we're helping out, but we're along the lines where we're pissing off a lot of people, you know?
I mean, I can totally see too, if you put me in some of these guys' shoes, the way Americans are, the way Americans think, I can totally see how these guys don't like us.
Yeah, you gotta question things, but bottom line, we gotta do what we're told, and they know that, and they can't say that they're substandard soldiers, because even though with that doubt in their mind, they go out every day and they put their life on the line just like anybody else.
Sure, you do what you're told, but you don't have to believe what somebody else believes. You know,
exactly.
Nobody can force you to. Is that what we're really fighting for? I don't think so.
Well, everybody has their own reasons.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. I mean, to keep my peace of mind, hey, that's what I have in place for my mind. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a long ways to go. I got almost 4 more years to go, and if I start thinking the wrong things, then I'm not gonna make it.
Dude, is she wearing nothing but milk? Oh, look at this glitter.
Who?
I don't know, I thought she was wearing milk for a second there.
This is nothing but
Like,
glitter?
yeah, it's like a glittery bodysuit.
Alright, how about picture the hottest chick in the world, sitting on the toilet, taking a dump, and eating a big greasy bucket of fried chicken.
Dude, stop, man. You're on camera, dude.
I mean, that reminds me of this girl like,
You guys say whatever you want. I know I will. That's why my name is Barry Winslow. United States Navy.
The problem with me is, I'm just to the point I really don't care anymore.
That's right, Larry.
It's our country pretty much now. It is. I mean, it's going to be Iraq, and they're going to have their democracy or whatever, but it's going to be the U.S.'s country. The U.S. is always going to be here. And they don't have a say.
The whole talk of patriotic, it has nothing to do with it, because, you know, like these guys, you know, like all of us, you know, we do our job when it's asked of us. We do our job when we're told. We do our part, you know, and we drive on. Now you're talking about giving your life away, or being patriotic or whatever, you know. Anybody who wants to challenge me in that area, you know, they better watch out, you know. They better choose their words wisely.
In my mind, I'm going to Carolina. Can't you see the sunshine? Can't you just feel the moonshine? Ain't it just like a friend of mine taking me from behind? Yes, I'm going to Carolina in my mind. In my mind, I'm going to
sunshine, can't you just feel the moonshine? It's just like the rain of light, taking me from behind. Yes, I'm going to Carolina in my mind. In my mind, I'm going to Carolina. Can't you see the sunshine? Can't you just feel the moonshine? It's just like the rain of light, taking me from behind. Yes, I'm going to Carolina.
I would hope that something like this wouldn't discredit the Army. I really, really hope that. And I hope they understand that, you know, hey man, we're a lot of different guys from a lot of different backgrounds, you know, and we all signed a contract, said we come out here.
Hey, keep pushing through, keep clear. Hey, I got one coming out. Shut the fuck up. Hey, keep pushing through, keep clear. Alpha team, where you at?
I think there are things that people just, they don't need to know about what goes on in the military. People want their steak, but they don't want to know how that cow gets butchered, you know?
Hey, come on! I was sitting there last night, with a couple guys with my weapon pointed at him. And to me it's nothing, you know, but I'm just daydreaming. And then I come back to reality and I think, wow, you know, it's kind of a crazy thought. But to me it's nothing. But knowing if anybody back home could just see who out here in the middle of Iraq with having my weapon pointed at these two civilians over here, I wonder what they would think.
What do you think they would think?
I think they'd be kind of freaked out.
Fuck, there is no beer in this fridge.
Now, this guy's like a fucking, he's like a urban chef.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
See, look what it's done to me, man. I don't trust anything electronic. Yeah, it's probably that shit is out.
Yeah. Hey, Larson, why do you reckon they keep so many damn blankets?
I don't know, fucking
heat. Because it's probably like our energy or our generator.
Look how these fucking walls are built too.
Yeah.
Like they don't have the fucking energy, you know,
They
like
stock up on mattresses too.
they don't
I think.
fucking have, they probably don't have insulation here.
I think once they get older, fucking smelly, they just throw them out. Either that or maybe they have like a lot of guests or something.
My guess is their heating's so great. I think they just have fucking slumber parties.
You know, my guess is their heat's not so great. And you know, it doesn't get as cold as Afghanistan, but it gets pretty cold here.
Yeah.
So.
They're probably so used to that. I mean, they're used to driving. That's why I live in Florida. In Georgia or Florida? No, I'm not I don't like it. I never go back. Yeah, never bring it back.
We're going to have a 15-minute break now. Claudia is going to sing, and when we come back, we'll have the other three speakers and the short film. And there are clipboards downstairs. If you'd like to be on our mailing list, please write your name and email or whatever other address. And there's a lot of new faces here, as well as a lot of faces we recognize, so we're very pleased to expand our list to anybody who'd like to be on it. Thank you. Claudia, do you want to come now? I actually just want what Claudia sets up. I just wanted to for those of you who haven't seen this or don't know what it is, this is a box of all the unmounted, unlaminated faces of the dead soldiers. This is what your money that you pay today, this is the money that you're raising, goes to getting these faces laminated the same way all the other panels are. And there's about 400 of them in here. We just ran out of money, so we couldn't do it anymore. Thank you.
Love will guide us. Peace has tried us. Hope inside us will lead the way from the road from greed to giving. Love will hide us through the dark night. If you cannot sing like angels, if you cannot speak before thousands, you can reach down deep within you. Love will guide us through the dark night. You try and sing that with me, crazy. Starts off with a love will guide us. Love will guide us. Peace has tried us. Hope inside us. Hope inside us. We'll lead the way. We'll lead the way. On the road. On the road. From greed to giving. Greed to giving. Love will guide us. Love will guide us through the hard night. Oh, I like it. Try it again. Love will guide us. Peace has tried us. Peace has tried us. I thought I heard someone. Hope inside us. Hope inside us. We'll lead the way. We'll lead the way. All right, yeah. On the road from greed to giving. Greed to giving. Love will guide us. Love will guide us through the hard night. Through the hard night. Love will guide us through the hard night. All right. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad you're singing with me because it's always pretty lonesome singing stuff like that by myself. Would you try a peace call with me? Last time I was singing out here in this neck of the woods, Riverhead. I'm from Stony Brook, originally from Northport, so I'm a born and raised Long Islander. Last time I was out here was I was part of the Long Island Walk for Peace and Justice. Did anyone take part in that walk? It was from Montauk? Yeah. Hi. Hey guys. And this is a song I learned from, not a song, really a chant, so I obviously absolutely can't do it by myself. But this is, I send this out to Susan McEwen, who is a lifelong activist who was tapped by the FBI. She's cool. And very active, obviously. So, since you guys sang so pretty on that, I'd like you to help me out with this. You basically just repeat what I'm singing, so I want to hear it nice and loud up there, Kathy. So it goes like this. I'm going to say peace, and you're going to say peace, the same way I say it. Peace will, peace will, peace will come, peace will come. Let it begin with me, and we sing that together, okay? You ready to try? Okay. Peace, peace will, peace will come. Let it begin with me. That's it. Peace, peace, peace will, peace will come. Together. Let it begin with me. All right. Peace, peace will, peace will come. Let it begin with me. One more time. Peace, peace will, peace will come. Let it begin with me. All right. Try singing that for 15 miles. This is one of the first peace songs I've learned. It's an old, I guess it's a Hebrew song, Shalom Chaverim. And my favorite version is by the Weavers. As I said earlier, I was raised by the Weavers. I'm always proud of the fact that my father actually saw Lead Belly and Woody Guthrie live down in the village. Shalom Chaverim, Shalom Chaverim, Shalom, Shalom, Lahitrahu, Lahitrahu, Shalom, Shalom. If you know it, help me along. Shalom Chaverim, Shalom Chaverim, Shalom. Chaverim Shalom, Chaverim Shalom, Shalom. Lahit Shalom, Shalom. Good tidings we bring, that peace on earth, goodwill towards men, that peace on earth, goodwill towards men, goodwill towards men. Thank you. Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about this whole dissent is unpatriotic, and it really stopped me in my tracks and started to make me think, geez, am I doing these people a disservice by being out there? You know, they need our support. Well, yeah, they need our support, and I know I'm preaching to the converted. They need our support to bring them home. And I started to wonder why people think dissent is unpatriotic. And there's two things that I came up with, and maybe you can share some things that you've thought about that. One, I think that they're fearful for our men and women in uniform, that they're going to come home and they're going to be mistreated like they were in the past. And I think we are a kinder, gentler nation, and we kind of know what's going on, and we know we need to be protected, and we're really grateful for the work and the commitment that they give to the armed forces and where they serve. But they can come home into the bosom of kindness. We will be kind, and we'll be glad they're home and safe and sound. I also want the people who think dissent is unpatriotic to be not afraid. To be not afraid that if we're protesting the war, that pride will be hurt. That our precious children and husbands and wives and people across the seas, that they will feel duped like all of us do and hurt their pride. And I just want to say, you know what? Our pride gets hurt, and we rebound, and then we fight for what's right. So again, bring them on home. That's our support. So I'd like to do one more song, and this kind of goes out to all the younger generation who might not know this song. And it's really important. I remember marching down in Washington several times before the war, during the war, and no one was singing, really. You know, they weren't singing the old anti-war songs, and they weren't singing any new anti-war songs. And so I started to write some anti-war songs, but I also want to share some of the older stuff that the younger people who are now joining the fight for freedom and justice may not know. So I know you're going to join me on this. And I'm going to stop singing if you don't. Because anti-war songs are definitely lonely to sing by yourself, so. Let's see. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved, just like the tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved. We'll stand and fight together. We shall not be moved. Let me hear ya. We'll stand and fight together. We shall not be moved, just like the tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved. We'll call for peace together. We shall not be moved. We'll call for peace together. We shall not be moved, just like the tree that's standing by the water. Like a tree that's standing by the water, we shall shall not be moved. Sing this song. We're clapping together. We shall not be moved. Just like the tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved. A little louder. We shall not be moved. No, no. We shall not be moved. Just like the tree. Yeah, standing by the water. We shall not be moved. We shall not be, no, no, no. Will we be moved? We shall not be, we shall not be moved. Thank you, thank you. Thanks for coming. Such an honor to play here, and hope to see you at the concert. Grab a flyer and join us. That's April 2nd. Thank you.